both aware of that, and I think that they're making the necessary adjustments to tweak things a little bit. If Brad Rostratter had gotten 2 more points in that second set last week, they might have won that whole match.
Yeah, Rick McLaughlin telling us he felt like he learned a little bit about his team as well. He said, hey, look, in past iterations, if we lost the first set like that, that would have been a wrap for the rest of the night. The way this team fought as this event officially gets underway with the first serve by setter Cole Schobel. It'll be the Tritons on the attack, and as we thought, Sebastiano Sani getting the first look on the outside in that match last Saturday. Let's check out the nonstop travel starting lineups. They will be scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Back row set, and that is put down by Ethan Saint, 6'3" sophomore from Laguna Niguel, California. He's averaging 2.8. And so the teams trade the first 2 points. And here is Riggs Guy. He had a strong season, serves it into the net, though, but a guy who was an All-Big West honorable mention as announced yesterday.
He had 14 kills in their second match.
There's Cameron Worrell, the setter for the Tritons. Middle set, a little off time, so the sliding save there by Keegan Cook. Right side set, that's Josh Ewert, and it'll be played back. Big swing here, that's Bruning, dug up. And Worrell going to go high and away to Sani. A little tight to the net. We got a joust up there, and it is won by... So 3 serving 1 here in favor of the Tritons. They went 12 and 13 through the regular season, 3 and 7 in Big West play, coming in as the 5 seed. Worrell on the serve. That tickles the tape, and that may have changed the trajectory just enough to make it all the more difficult there.
But who draws first blood in the ace area tonight? It's UCSD, the Tritons.
Outside set there, Saint going hard angle cross court. What a dig there by Keegan Cook. Back on the Gaucho side, they go back row, and Guy is blocked. Covered, though, by Schobel. Saint again, 3 blockers against him. It'll be played back. Saved by Leo Provednikov. Right side, Ewert.
25-12 in the first. What a waxing that was. Jim McLaughlin was shaking his head, wondering what is going on. But the second set, they came out and eked it out, 31-29.
So Cameron Worrell, San Diego guy from right there in town, 6'7" redshirt junior on the serve, and that pulls Schobel off the net. Saint again, 3 blockers loading up. The avoidance swing, he sends it long. Yeah, Cameron Worrell getting the call. He started the last 2 matches of the regular season, hadn't started since January 30th.
Lewis, the older person, the senior, has been getting most of the time.
Forced the overpass. Tritons on the attack, middle set. That was hit by Peter Selcho, but dug up. Saint again, 3 blockers again up on him, but that time he wins the battle. And UCSB. Gauchos 14 and 11 through the regular season. They went 5 and 5 to finish in 4th place of the Big West. Worrell going to set up Sani from the opposite position. It's dug up to the net, and then a little ping pong match above the tape. Now Bruning into the deep corner, punched up by Worrell. Bump set, here's Sani from off the net, slowed down by the block, and popped back over to the Triton side. High ball outside, Ewert, the roll. Sniffed out nicely there by Mikey Denver. The dig there on Bruning swing, outside Ewert again, a much more forceful attempt.
Confident that UCSB committed a net violation in the middle of that rally.
Brad Rostratter in his 4th season reached 50 career wins. That was on April 11th in what was an impressive victory over the top seed Hawaii. Outside, here's Provednikov off the block, diving save, Saint, pinballed around, Provednikov the free swing. What a second layout touch there by Wolmer. We play on, middle set, that's Selcho. And he puts a cap on that back.
Wolmer, boy, he's giving up his body tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been all over the place early, but it's 8-2, and that was nasty. An ace by Sani. He now has the team lead with 34 aces on the season, and that forces a Gaucho timeout. Well, the Tritons coming in to Bren.
Just like they did against Hawaii when they beat Hawaii in night number 2. In a very impressive win, but it was the serving by San Diego that was really impressive.
They're all Big West Conference first team selection. Worrell going backside. This is Ewert, one-on-one matchup. And that was some nectar put up by Cameron Worrell, demolished by Josh Ewert, the 6er.
According to Coach Rostratter,
Yeah, making his 7th straight start here. As Josh Arroyo hammers that one off of the block of Jim Garrison, and it goes wide of the floor. So
he is long, lanky, and powerful.
As the serve by Saint winds up in the twine. Well, Rick McLaughlin talked about the importance of the little things for his Gaucho squad. He says, we can be pretty good defensively, but if we're not taking... Oh, and the roof is up. World jumping up next to Garrison and returning it to sender.
I think World got a little more of that than Garrison, but a well-formed block.
On the team in blocks, World with 19 on the season coming into this event. Tritons on the attack to go outside. Provednikov, the diving save along the back line there by Saint. Dset goes to Bruning, and he gets denied as well. Graham for some time, 5th year with the Tritons. Another fantastic serve. Free pass here now for the Tritons. It's Provednikov. Block slows him down. It's tapped back over. Over the pass, sails over the net, and it's punched down by Riggs' guy.
That whole rally until the end.
There's Arroyo in his 3rd year with this program, hitting .429 on the season. D-set, Ewert. And was there a touch? No, that one goes long in the first. This is awfully similar so far to what we saw that first set when these two teams met in the regular season finale on Saturday. There's Garrison from World time to time, averaging about 1.5 kills per set this year.
Going over the top and hits for a high percentage, night in and night out.
They shoot that one to Mikey Denver, 6'6" red. See some youngins getting some key action here for both these teams as we hit postseason time. Schobel, what a serve. It's an ace. Cole Schobel, the 6'1" junior lefty. Team leader in aces coming into the postseason. We saw one right there.
Yeah, he's working on a bad knee, too, by the way. It's going to get operated on if the season's over. He's playing a lot on guts right now.
Outside, this is Sani. Diving effort by Saint. Tracked down there by Joe Wallace. Guy going to get a swing. And the reserve setters coming in as a serving specialist, and he pumps it long. Tritons coming in 11th in the latest ABCA poll. A smidge better. They're top 10. They're at the number 8 position. Guy on the serve. That was a laser. Centered on the second touch there by Whirl. Sani gets a swing from behind the line. Blocked, but it goes out. And did you see Sani chasing after it? And the last moment there decided to pull off, and it went long.
That was a great move. It's almost as if he saw the line under him and then just avoided passing the ball up. Smart play.
I mean, what a get for Brad Rostratter to be able to bring this guy over from Long Beach State. Behind the head set that time. That was well done. Cole Schobel to Mikey Denver. And Denver deposits it.
Great little move by Denver to chase Schobel, knowing that Schobel knew he was right behind him.
Pass by Sani. Middle set. And that's Selcho. That middle set has been ripe for the picking here in this first set for UC San Diego.
Now they're definitely working the middle part of the court, trying to really establish the middle and set things up for the outside. You see the numbers for Selcho hitting .433 on the year. There's a high percentage player for you.
Tritons hitting .364 here in set 1. .095 on the other side for the Gauchos, but the service error there by Sani. Getting back to Sani, though, and what Brad Rostratter was able to pull off in bringing him over from Long Beach State, said that, hey, look, there's just a lot of pin hitters over there. It was pretty crowded, and he wanted to put his talents on display, and he felt like the Tritons, that was the place to do it. Oh, that set goes over the net, and it's Cole Schobel who does the honors.
I'll tell you, Whirl was trying to make a really difficult set, going back on his knees and overpassing it, oversetting it. Schobel, easy put down.
Cole Schobel. A guy that might go easily overlooked if you were just, you know, judging on height and dimensions, as that was off the touch there, a kill for Ewert. But make no mistake, Cole Schobel,
he's the real deal.
He can play the game, man.
He can. He's really good. He likes his new stash, too.
I mean, the handlebar stash, it's highly ranked across college volleyball. Outside, this is Saint. Oh, he got good lift off. And the Gauchos finding a little bit of rhythm here in this middle stretch of set one, but still a whole lot of work to do if they're going to make a set of it.
Well, Saints had good numbers against the Tridents. He had 12 kills the first time. Second time around, 15 kills.
Middle set, and there's Garrison. And a perfect pass by the libero, Evan Boyle, the redshirt junior from La Crescenta, California.
That was a great pass. See that form there? Right on the money. And coming in for him, Keegan Cook, slightly better defender.
Over on two goes Schobel, and you have to be wary about that.
Well, he's left-handed, too. He will not only dump it there, he can hit it full speed if he wants to. So he's definitely a threat when he goes through that front row.
See what he did on Saturday. Marathon 5-set win for the Gauchos. Here's Aruya. Crawls over the net and drops for an ace, just like he drew it up.
Where did you see him draw it up? Where was that? Was it before the game he told you? Listen, Mr. Leahy, I'm going to hit this ball. It's going to hit the net.
Yeah, you watch.
And then just go straight down.
Well, if he does it again here, we know it was planned.
Yeah.
That one gets over the net clean.
Pulls the center off the net.
Vednikov the swing. Guarding the back line was Saint. Schobel able to save it out of the scoring table. And we play on. Whirl going D-set. Ewert. The tip. Diving save Aruya. Saint from behind the line. Ewert on the dig. Tritons on the attack. Outside Vednikov. Dug up on one knee by Aruya. Second touch Saint. But nobody else can get there. And UC San Diego wins a good scramble rally.
Look at this save by Schobel into the scores table. There's Arroyo with the dig, but could not quite keep it in play.
Outside, that is Riggs' guy, blocked and roofed. I tell you what, Garrison putting his fingertips figuratively and literally all over this first frame defensively.
Yeah, he not only, is a great attacker, hitting for close to 500 every night, but he's also a great defender in blocking.
Already 3 block assists for Garrison. Tried to go over on 2, did Schobel. Sani got slowed down by the block, so Schobel going high and away. It's Guy by the double block. How about that angle?
Rick's Guy is a player that Rick McLaughlin said must have a good game tonight in order for this Gaucho team to be successful. He's been so strong. You see the last time we played, he had 400, had 3 blocks, 8 digs. Just a huge factor whenever he plays against UC San Diego.
16 serving 22, and that one just misses off of the palm of Schobel. And so UCSD closing in here. It's 23 serving 16.
And the UCSD receivers breathe a sigh of relief because usually Schobel goes on scoring runs from behind the service line.
It'll be Garrison to serve. Back row, Saints! One-on-one denial. Peter Selcho says, heck no.
Selcho did a nice job of using his eyes to see that a back row attack was coming, so he stayed home. Didn't go with the middle attacker.
And it is set point. Aloha ball here for UC San Diego. Saint again. That time the one-on-one matchup was won on his side.
He really hits that pick well. Even the last swing he took when he got blocked, it was a great swing. You're not going to stop him too many times in a row. He's a good one.
It remains set point, however. Riggs Guy with the serve. Pass by Boyle is a beauty. Middle set, that one scraped over by Selcho. It'll be played back. Here's Saint from off the net. Deep corner and down. So we're seeing some noise here from Ethan Saint. It remains set point, however.
The blockers pulled their hands down there that time. They didn't want to have a high hands touch. And Saint was smart enough to just loop it in.
And that's an ace. Riggs Guy. And don't look now. UC Santa Barbara within 5. It remains set point. And that will do it for set 1. So a little bit of a surge from the Gauchos. Perhaps that'll give them something to at least feel better about going into set 2. But the Tritons have every... Good serve there by Provednikov to get this second set started. High ball pump set. Goes to the left side. Tipped over by Sani. So Santa Barbara on the attack. Here's Saint. And he's able to put it through a multiple hands with 5 kills. I think that's 6 kills on that one. And that leads everybody. Burl going outside. Sani dug up there by Joe Wallace. It'll be Riggs Guy past the triple block. Dug up over the net and placed down by Aruya.
Barra hit them where they ain't, right?
Yeah. Easier said than done. He did it well. He jumped off of a trampoline that time, just rising above and laying the wood. That were honored. And one of them was Sani with his plans to go pro, and there he is. Maybe part of the reason why he feels so bold, because he stuffed Cole Schobel right there.
He's a junior. It's the stuff there. He's a junior, but he's going to go to school this summer, take 19 credits, take maybe a little bit more in the fall, and then maybe go professional overseas in Europe.
Whirl on the serve. Outside, this is Riggs Guy. That's dug up by Whirl. Ewert goes cross court. Sani is blocked. Sani again. This time is roofed. Mikey Denver playing middle on that one and getting most of it.
Mikey Denver making a nice move with his hands and his feet. You make that block solid.
Perfect, a lot of it.
So his blocking numbers 40 on the year coming into this tournament. We're going backside. Sani blocked and roofed again. It goes off of Sani. And so UC Santa Barbara went without a block in the first frame. But they changed that here in set number 2.
Not that big a block, a 6-1 and a 6-3, but they stuffed the 6-8 Sani.
Brad Rostratter signals for a timeout. Tables have turned here early in the second frame. 7.
The Tritons have cooled off, hitting negative right now.
Oh, what a shot. That was artful by Josh Ewert. Handful of kills for Josh. 4 serving 7. Here's Sani. Diving pass there by Guy. Outside it's Bruning. Blocked and roofed. 6 hands across for the Tritons. And that's going to be an out serve there by Sani. What is, in your opinion, UC Santa Barbara doing a little better here in this
percentage? 75%. And what UCSD has got to do to get back into it is improve their offense. They're only signing out a few minutes ago at 33%. If you're going to win in this league, you've got to...
Peter Selcho will do the service honors here. Backside is Bruning. Deep corner and down. By most accounts was associated with the fact that he just grew too fast.
Yeah. 6'10".
That one's just getting over the net, and it was passed right up there. Some low-hanging fruit for Ethan Saint. And he knows what to do with it.
I just said earlier, defense.
Ewert. And that was a good rev-up approach. He is looking extra bouncy here this evening. 7 serving 10 as now the Tritons starting to find their form. Run there for Schobel. Sets up Saint and he hits it long.
Rare error for Mr. Saint.
Yeah, Saint, who has 7 kills. And it's an ace. And looky here. UC San Diego back to within a point.
You know, my keys to the game, I said that San Diego's going to worry about getting ace too much. No, it's the reverse is happening right now. He's a one-man wrecking crew right now. Nobody else has more than 3.
World. High ball set to Ewert. The roll shot drops.
For his 8th kill.
We got a nice little battle going between these two pin hitters and Ewert, their respective teams. Middle setter Ruya. And just when you think, all right, we got to load up on Ethan Saint.
Freezes them, doesn't allow them to get to the outside that well.
Over on 2 goes World. Outside, that's Kyle. The set a little high, jumped a little. UCSD has trimmed the disadvantage down to 1. Garrison on the serve. It's an overpass. Whirl the swing. Goes off of the hands of Schobel and
Game once again. Here's the overpass.
Outside, it's Guy blocked. Wallace with the cover. It's Bruning who sets up Guy. Off the fingertips of the block and down. Almost like an hitting the negative numbers here, though, at the moment. As that one is hit off the block and out. And Utah tied again, served by World. Good pass by Saint. D-set Bruning, the big swing, and he uncorks one. Backside, this is Sonny through the block and down. Spencer, brother of former UCI legendary hitter in Francesco Sonny. Back row, Saint.
Playing them.
Back row, Sonny plugs it through. Might get to make that final turn here in set 2. Schobel with the bump set there for Saint. It's dug up over the net. Saint with the swing, and he gets another kill.
The Gauchos right now, along with the Ruya in the middle.
Oh, the serve goes into the net, though, by Denver. Tied for the 5th time here in set 2. Long run for Schobel. Saint, 2-hand sets it over. The save there by Provednikov. Cut shot that.
By the way, there is some volleyball in his genes, by the way. His brother, Jordan, played at Stanford. His sister, Jen,
as well, was a swimmer for 10 years before focusing on volleyball in high school. Good dig there by Sonny. Here's Ewert again, and that is blocked straight. Just get that inside the block. Look at that, go straight down, but on the Gaucho side.
the Gauchos left just enough room for a volleyball to fit between the net and their arms.
Oh, the serve by Ewert. Into the sudden Santa Barbara down by a point, but not for long as George Bruning deals an ace out of the deck. 19-all. Deep inhale by Bruning. As Provednikov, one hand set whirl, but the block is up.
Set, and Arroyo just made a great move with his hands, following that ball, following the swing of Garrison.
Second ace of this run. Gauchos up 2, and that forces a Brad Rostratter timeout. Well, that one in for sure.
And he's got 5 digs.
Bruning on the serve. Has a couple of aces in this service run. Whirl over on 2. You could kind of see that one coming, but nobody on the Gaucho side reacted. Whirl had his career high, 45 assists in that 5-set loss on Saturday to the Gauchos. D-set, Bruning. Oh, the block was late, but they were still able to turn it back. They go the other side. It's Saint, and he's roofed.
What a block by Garrison that time. He really got over the net. Made a nice lateral move to the outside.
Provednikov on the serve. Saint fields it. He gets the set on the outside. He gets blocked and roofed. And that time it was a solo stuff, courtesy Cameron Whirl. And UC San Diego has reclaimed the lead. Timeout Gauchos. We are seeing top-level Big West action here. To go up 2-0. Schobel, D-set, Bruning off the block and out. And Santa Barbara not done yet here, but it remains aloha ball for the Tritons.
We're going to get a couple of swings for the set. These next two plays, huge for the Tritons.
Ethan Saint has led the way for the Gauchos on the serve. Good pass, middle set. Garrison will get that one dug up. Here's Guy, blocked, punched up from his wallet. What a play by Joe Wallace to keep it going. D-set, Ewert gets it down. And UC San Diego comes from behind in set 2 to win it 25-22. And in the opening match of this Big West Championship,
another one from Long Beach, not Long Beach State, but he was born in Long Beach. Dad played Long Beach State men's volleyball. Mom played also at Long Beach State.
Yeah, it was a softball player. Here's Ewert. Oh, again, the set a little bit off the floor. Setting that one up. Whirl going middle. There's Garrison. And he enters the bounce house.
There's a guy who just doesn't miss.
That's a heck of a pass there. Wallace on the serve receive. Here's Bruning from the right side. Block slowed it down. And Whirl over on 2. Barber bench that maybe this was guided a little too much by Whirl.
I don't think it was that bad, personally.
A bit. There's Rick McLaughlin with a few choice words for the officials. Tied at 7. There's Aruya hanging and banging.
No, I think he's just like a little more than that. He's in his 667.
Yeah. Big primary.
8 serving 7. It's Bruning. That one skips off the tape. Provednikov found the sweet spot. None. Winner gets top seed Hawaii tomorrow. There's Aruya. And look at where Cole Schobel, as bold a setter as there is in the Big West Conference. As that serve goes wide by Provednikov. We talked about how the significant advantage, 56-13. 13-5 advantage since UCSD joined Division I. Oh, that wrist away was a thin slice of bread by Sebastiano Sani.
Wow. No. Area 6, so he goes, oh, I'll go to Area 4 then, which is a very difficult shot.
And now a joust above the tape. Kept alive.
Times operates better out of the back row than the front. He's got a little more room, seems like, and he's just freer to swing. Seems to hit harder out of the back as well.
He's now up to 12 kills. He's hitting .450. He has an ace, 4 digs, a block assist. And you know, despite there being some fairly squirrely circumstances around that Hawaii win just before the match when Hawaii's setter Trey Rosenthal and middle blocker Justin Todd were late scratches, UC San Diego still pulls off that win. So if they pull off this win, they'll go into tomorrow's semifinal with confidence. Sani, decided to pull the string that time. Went with the changeup and got a usual result. It is now a 3-pointed off the block and out. That was a broad jump there by George Bruning. He covered a whole lot of ground.
Well, 6'10", he can do that. Both vertically and laterally, horizontally.
A lot of airspace. 10 serving 13, it's Aruya. And he pops it well long. The lead back to 4 here for UC San Diego.
Watch out, because the Gauchos can come back very easily.
There's Whirl. That one skips off the tape. Middle set, and that is deposited in the corner there by Mikey Denver. How about Denver? Just the redshirt freshman. Only played in 44 sets all year, and here he is in high leverage moments of the postseason for this Gaucho team.
Yeah, but Rick McLaughlin's got like all of his key players coming back, his top 10 coming back. And he's got a good recruiting class as well.
Oh, Schobel goes just long with it. And you start to send that line. We're looking at the 2 setters. Cameron Whirl for UC San Diego, 29 assists and a handful of blocks. Cole Schobel, 20 assists and 9 digs. Cameron Whirl also serving well, 2 aces. Has applied some pressure from that service line. And he has his Tritons team in the driver's seat at the moment, up 2 sets to none and up 15-11 here in set 3.
Schobel only 1 ace so far. Normally he goes on more scoring runs. We'll see if that will happen tonight to get his team back in this ballgame.
Yeah, one of the better servers in the league. He's the team leader in aces. Will he get another opportunity? Here's Sonny. Pass there by Wallace. Back row, Saint. We haven't called his name for a little bit. Ethan Saint now up to 12 kills.
He loves hitting that back row quick. He's been very successful at it. That there kill number 12.
Middle perfect pass. Middle perfect pass.
How about the efforts of Ewert and Saint matching each other's output? 12 kills.
Of Evan Boyle. He put the ball right on the money where Whirl could put up a set to any one of 4 attackers.
So 16 serving 12. Sancho jump floats it over. Outside Saint. Only had 1 blocker up against him, but it was a formidable one in Jim Garrison. But the one-on-one battle favors Ethan Saint on that occasion.
Give credit there to Schobel for being a deceptive setter that held the middle blocker. And Saint got the one-on-one situation.
Saint's brother Ashton also part of this UC Santa Barbara roster. Backside set, Ewert blocked and roofed, and there's Saint getting a hand on it next to Aruya.
In this rotation, Saint had trouble the last time around, as you recall. He got stuck here in the right side in the front row. He likes the back row better, let's face it. Maybe go to someone else.
Balled around, and a 2-hand pass coming over the net. Advantage Gauchos. Right side, Bruning, deep cornering down, and the Gauchos right back in the mix.
Nice patience by the Gauchos that time. Didn't try to do anything too fancy, just kept the ball in play. Playing some really good defense.
Bruning with 8 kills. High ball set, Provednikov. That is a big old block that was posed against him. Here's Aruya up on springs.
Some solid volleyball.
Santa Barbara has scored the last 4 points to draw even 16 all. They trail 0-2 here in the match. Mikey Denver continuing this service run. Backside set. Oh, it's tight to the pin, and Ewert had nowhere to go but hit it into the antenna. The set just a little off the mark.
Now, Ewert's telling Coach Rostratter, I think I hit the ball into the block, and the block hit the ball into the antenna.
Well, after a little bit of discussion, they elect not to challenge that one. And so UCSB in front. Alas, the following serve goes long. And so call it even Steven again here at 17.
And Ewert goes to his favorite place.
2 setters. And Cameron Whirl and Cole Schobel, and there may have been a little over-exuberance in terms of the after-point celebration there.
Yeah, I think there was. But give Provednikov a lot of credit for coming over from his left side position, going all the way to the right to help out to form a three-man block. Good hustle by Leo.
18 serving 17. Schobel pulled off the net, sets up Bruning, 3 blockers against him. They're able to slow him down. Whirl goes back row to Sonny. He gets his own cover. Whirl goes D-set. Here's Ewert. Good dig there by Guy. Schobel shoots it out to Saint. What an up there by Keegan Cook. Sonny from the back row. It's kept alive by Bruning. Back onto the Triton side. Joust above the tape and it falls.
Well, alive. It was the end of the play, but the middle of the play is where all the excitement was. Dig after dig after dig. And some great blocking as well to slow down some of the attacks.
Keegan Cook from Coto de Casa, California, out of Tesoro High School. In his 3rd year with the Tritons program, part of that libero tandem that we talked about earlier. And that was a mesmerizing save. Here's Ewert from behind the line, rattles the cage on the way over. Back row, the block is up on Guy. Pinball back and forth, and putting it out as it was just hovering above the net was Ethan Saint. And a missed opportunity there for the Gauchos.
That was the Gauchos' point to be had for sure.
And Rick McLaughlin is going to signal for a timeout. The Tritons are just 5 points away from advancing to the semifinal round tomorrow.
Surprised if all people hit the ball out there. Ethan Saint, he's carried them all night long, and this has that one little error there.
All right, let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan, what's up?
Hey, thanks, Kunal. Well, here on the San Diego sideline, the coaching staff continuing to just encourage their team to hit high and not into this block of this Gaucho block. Well, one of the things that they're also really just focusing in is their passing, especially on some of the float serves that we saw earlier that got them stuck in certain rotations, saying be more aggressive with it, take it up high, because some of those Santa Barbara float serves are getting them out of system. They want to make sure that the pass is high enough so they can run this offense. But the coaching staff overall says we have a better end set game strategy than them. Let's close this out. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. What do you make of that, C-Mac?
Yeah, that was, I hadn't noticed that float serve was giving them that much trouble. I know Arroyo's float serve gives them a lot of trouble, but we'll see how this finishes up. Maybe they'll step up to the 3-meter line and start passing as they take the ball higher above their chest.
Well, as mentioned, it is now or never time here for UC Santa Barbara. They're hitting 185 here in this 3rd set. Tritons hitting 231.
As you can tell, the offenses have not been great, because the defenses keep getting better and better.
This is day 1 of this Hawaiian Airlines presents the 2026 Outrigger Big West Men's Volleyball Championship semifinal doubleheader tomorrow night starting at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Watch for more sets to start going to George Bruning. He's got 4 kills, no errors this particular set.
Did I say Eastern? I meant Pacific time. And that's 2 p.m. back in the islands. All right, 20 serving 17 out of the timeout. Here's Ewert, and he blasts it out. You always talk about getting that serve after a timeout in.
Yeah, I like his hard serve. The second one after he gets the first one in after the timeout, because the timeout was called to ice the server and to slow down the other team. We'll see if Santa Barbara has recaptured the momentum.
Here's Bruning. And he serves it into the string. Back-to-back service errors. The lead back to 3 here for UC San Diego.
Another interesting stat, Santa Barbara has been aced 8 times. UC San Diego only 6. That was a goal for this team tonight.
D-set, here's Bruning. Cross court and down.
I told you they would look for him.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got 5 kills in this set. Hitting almost 600. Nice little turn. Boy, he's just getting stronger and stronger, isn't he?
19 serving 21, and Saint sends it out. And this is getting dicey. officially for UC Santa Barbara. You see the service error numbers. 22 serving 19, and that goes long. Did somebody open a door in here or what?
Yeah, there's a wind current going on. Something's happening. I'll tell you, between 20 and 25, lots of things can happen. That's when the tension rises.
Josh Arroyo, you mentioned his jump float just a few moments ago, handled by Provednikov outside, and Sani tips it into the antenna. And UCSB back within one.
The Tritons had a chance to expand their lead. Instead, with a service error and a hit into the antenna, all of a sudden it's tight again.
Yeah, that's set just a little too cozy to the pin. Whirl going to go outside. Sani, a much better swing. Layout save Bruning, but nobody had his back. And another kill for Sani. That gives him 10 for the match. He joins Ewert in double figures. Bodies hitting the deck all over. You see the desperation here for the Gauchos, and the Tritons closing in.
And the 6'10 Bruning showing he's unafraid to go to the floor and show his agility and athleticism.
His whirl, his serve has caused some problems tonight. Handled well there. Outside Guy. One hand save Cook. Punched over onto the Gaucho side. Schobel, high ball sets it. It is Bruning, gets his own cover off the block. Schobel goes the other way. Guy off the block. Schobel decides to call his own number to keep his Gauchos alive.
No surprise there that Schobel makes a bold move. Calling his own number at 23-21. He knows that he can deliver when necessary right there.
Goes off of Sani's hands and out. And here is Schobel to serve.
Top server.
Oh, you can see it right there. Scrambled play. Two-hand pass coming over. Chance for the Gauchos to tie it. Schobel, backside. Bruning. Dug up over the net. What a play by Boyle. Bruning a second time. Block slowed it down. Now the Tritons on the attack. High and away. It's Ewert. Goes off the block to give the Tritons match point.
What a move here on the dig there by Boyle to keep the rally alive. And then in the end here, watch this two-handed play at the end. Ewert sees the block is going to stop him, so he just chiseled off the end blocker. Great play.
The two-hand tool job for his 13th kill. Aloha ball for the match. It's Sani. And he serves up an ace. And UC San Diego pulls off a sweep on the first day of the Hawaiian Airlines presents the 2026 Outrigger Big West Men's Volleyball Championship, and they are moving on to take on top seed Hawaii in the semis tomorrow.
Like I said, they're playing their best volleyball at the end of the year. They looked sharp in practice yesterday when I watched them.